Corsair K70. This is the Corsair K70 rapid fire keyboard, which means that it uses the new Cherry MX speed switches, which still right now aren't on any other keyboard. The only thing different about the rapid fire is the switches that it comes with and the font on the keycaps. The keyboard has an aluminum frame, media controls, a volume wheel, a Windows lock button, and a light switch button that controls the brightness of the LEDs. It comes with a keycap puller and some extra keys that are also texturized and angled for the WASD and the QWERDF for MOBA players. It also has a texturized spacebar. On the back of the keyboard, you have a pulling rate switch, which is also labeled as the BIOS switch, and a USB pass-through, which I really appreciate it, but it comes with a sacrifice, and that is this very thick, non-detachable cable that terminates into 2 USB plugs. The keyboard lights are very vibrant and very bright. They're one of the best LED lights I've seen on a mechanical keyboard. Just one thing to note, you can't really set the color to white. When you do, it has this pinkish hue, and then you also get some other colors reflecting around. This keyboard has more lighting effects than just about any other keyboard on the market. You also have the ability to download new effects, and also in the Corsair engine, you have the ability to program macros. So back to the keyboard and how these new switches actually feel. They feel great. I really do like it. When I first got it out, I could immediately tell that they were faster, and my reaction time it seemed better. I really enjoyed it. However, there are some things that I want to talk about. So let's talk about the switch itself first really quick. This switch has a shorter distance before activation than other Cherry MX switches on the market today. The switch also bottoms out at a shorter distance than any other switch on the market too. However, when it comes to deactivating the switch from a bottom out situation, so you have the key bottomed out and you're lifting the key up, when that key deactivates is 0.2 millimeters further away from deactivation than a Cherry MX blue or a brown switch. So what does this actually mean when it comes to, say, League of Legends, when you're playing a character like Xerath who has a Q that relies on that deactivation, right? Means technically, from bottoming out, that switch should be slower in theory. However, you can combat this by simply installing O-rings on the keyboard. Now, O-rings typically are 0.2 millimeters thick or 0.4. So depending on which one you get, it will either be the same speed to deactivation from a bottom out situation, or it will even be faster. And that's what I highly recommend people do if you're a mobile player and you're looking at this keyboard, because it definitely is faster when it comes to activation, but when it comes to deactivation, it's actually slower. So a little bit of an interesting fact that I haven't seen really anyone talk about. That also being said, when it comes to bottoming out the key all the way to the very top, it's still faster, just that deactivation point is not. So when I was playing games on this keyboard and typing on this keyboard, the keyboard feels faster. It has that quick response to it. It's really something that you really have to try to really appreciate. But once you try it, a lot of people are going to like this keyboard. I think mobile players are especially going to like this keyboard, but if you are a mobile player, I would highly recommend installing some O-rings on the keyboard to give you the ultimate experience. So my 4 weeks with this keyboard was weird. I've always loved keyboards that had tactile feedback. So whether that was brown switches or blue switches, that's just what I like. So going to something that doesn't is really strange to me. However, it didn't feel as strange as like a red switch because of how quick it responds to your typing. It's almost unnecessary to have that feedback. However, even after 4 weeks, I personally still wanted to go back to my browns. I just don't like the fact that I didn't have the tactile feedback. Now, if this keyboard had a little slight bump in it, that would be amazing to me. I would love that. That would be freaking awesome. Shorter distance, I would be all for it. However, it doesn't. So if you're someone who really appreciates blue switches or brown switches that have tactile feedback, then this keyboard might not be for you. However, if you're one of those people that are on like a red switch and you just want something a little bit faster, this is probably the perfect keyboard for you. That being said, I've had a lot of friends who have always been on blue switches and have switched to the rapid fire switch and they absolutely love it, or the Cherry MX Speed switch, and they absolutely love it. It's crazy. So if you are coming from a tactile feedback switch and you really like that, I would highly recommend going and trying this keyboard just to at least give it a try before you buy it. I think a lot of people are going to like it, and I think that there are definitely going to be some people like me who just simply don't. So this keyboard is priced around $170, and if you're looking for the fastest keyboard on the market today, this is the keyboard for you. If you're not, and you want something that has tactile feedback, this is not the keyboard for you. Anyways, that's it for this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.